Good morning. Can you hear me well? Nice to be here with you. It's truly wonderful to be able to share a few moments together. We will wait a few more moments until we start. But as usual, start to recognize that there is no waiting. The waiting is just a formality. It is a practicality. What is truly important is not going to be the meditation, but it's going to be the recognition of this moment. And this moment doesn't need the meditation. It doesn't need anything. But at the same time, it embraces, it allows everything, including this meditation. You know, this moment is like the screen of a movie theater. And the screening in the movie theater allows any movie to be played. And it welcomes any movie. Good movies, bad movies, great movies, boring movies. But from the point of view I'm talking, the screen doesn't need the movies, but it welcomes them, it loves them. And the screen is like this moment. This moment is welcoming, is loving anything that appears in this moment. And in this moment, what's appearing is this meditation, this moment together. But this moment together is like, it's coming and it's going. But the moment remains. The screen remains when the movie's finished. And the movie right now is this meditation. This meditation is going to come to an end very soon. But the moment will remain. And the recognition of what I call the moment. And that's just one word. I use many different other words. Just the recognition that there is something that is continually moving. For example, this meditation. And there is something that doesn't come, doesn't go, doesn't move. And right now I'm calling it this moment. And the recognition of this moment is what's going to bring the true peace that we are looking for. For example, let's say that this meditation is a good meditation, hopefully will be, and that we gain some peace out of this meditation. That's very nice, but the moment the meditation ends and then we are confronted again with our everyday life, with our all the difficulties that this moment is bringing, that peace is going to dissipate very soon, very quickly. And so if we depend on the movie that appears on the screen for our peace, then we will never really be at peace. But if we discover that in every experience, for example, this meditation is an experience. If we discover that in every experience there is the experience itself, which is coming and going, but there is also something that doesn't come and go, that is always there. And because it is always there and it doesn't depend on experience, then it is always at peace. Or to say that it's always at peace is not correct. It's better to say peace is its nature. Peace is what is made of. And if we discover that doesn't move, then peace is always going to be there, independent of what's happening outside, independent of what the experience is about. we are all right now living in a moment of crisis. And one of the slogans of a crisis is, don't just sit there, do something. And that's very useful. It can truly be very useful many times. But also, we do too much. We do too much with our thought, with our thinking, with our worries. We are always doing in our mind. We're always getting lost in our mind, imagining what we could do, what we should do, how it's going, how things are going to be. And we are always so much lost in our mind that we really lose the clarity of the moment. Our mind is full of stuff, it's full of noise. And one of the very fundamental things of dealing with a crisis is the capacity, the possibility to have a clear mind, to be able to deal with a situation in a better way. For example, one of the characteristics of this crisis is that we have never experienced anything like this before. And so, what is the right action? What do we do? What we don't do? How to know what is the right thing to do? We don't know because we never experienced this before. And so now more than ever, it is very important to be able to have a more quiet mind, to be able to think clearly about what needs to be done. And so, together with the slogan, don't just sit there, do something, we need to find another slogan that will fit also in a moment of crisis like this one. And this new slogan, probably you heard it before too, which is, don't just do something, sit. And this is what meditation is about. Meditation to me is not really about the meditation itself, but again, it's about reprogramming our mind in order to be able to help us have a more clear mind. And this more clear mind has two aims. In my view, it has two very clear aims. The first of the aims is to be able to deal with a crisis. This is one crisis that we are having now, but we are always in crisis in a sense. Smaller crisis, bigger crisis. But how to deal with a crisis intelligently, rationally, without getting lost in the many things, but to try to be able to see the bigger picture. And to see the bigger picture and not getting lost in the small details. A clear mind is fundamental. And the other aspect of a clear mind is the possibility to recognize what I call this moment. The screen, which allows every experience to come, to stay, and to go. And meditation is a wonderful way to help the mind to clear. But not only the mind to clear during the meditation, but meditation, what it does is that it, as I said, it kind of reprograms the mind to be able to return to that peace that one touch during meditation during our everyday life. It's not so important to have peace during the meditation. It's not so important to have a clear mind during the meditation. It's more important to have a peaceful and a clear mind in our everyday life. So don't be concerned if you are a good meditator, truly, because it's not really what happens during the meditation, but it's the reprogramming of the mind that it will be noticed, it will be seen in our everyday life. So forget about being a good meditator. Don't worry about it. It's what's going on behind the scenes that really counts. It's the reprogramming of the mind, which we don't really see it in the moment. We see it later on, in time. So again, don't try to be a good meditator. Just allow the moment to be as it is. Allow what's happening to be. And maybe in time to recognize that the moment, the screen, allows everything that happens exactly as it is. So the meditation that we will do today, in a sense, is very simple, but it's also very profound. We'll just do some breathing exercises. And we will just, at the end, we will just stay connected with the breathing and focus. Focus without effort. Focus without the willpower. It's a focus of love. It's a focus of understanding. It's not a focus of power, strength, but it's a focus of love. So to start the meditation itself, just simply notice your body. We can keep the eyes open now if you want to, but then very soon we're going to close our eyes and we will try to keep the meditation with our eyes closed until the end of the meditation. But you're very welcome to start to close your eyes now if you want to. Just sit in a comfortable position. Doesn't have to be on the floor, it can be on a chair. Even if you don't feel comfortable seated, you can stand. But it's better, not because there is something wrong, but it's better if you don't lie down, because if you lie down, the mind usually imagines that it's time to sleep. And then what we need in the mind is a clear, alert mind. So it's not a mind that is going to sleep, even if there is peace there. It's a mind that is very alert. So bring attention to your body. Just allow the weight of the body to be resting in the floor or the chair, whatever it is that you're sitting on. Notice your feet. Just let the weight of your feet onto the floor or whatever it is that the feet are touching now. Notice your legs, your calf muscles, your knees, your thighs. And just let the weight of your legs rest. Notice your hips. Just bring attention, use the power of your attention to bring attention to this part of your body. Just notice this part of the body, notice the weight that is in that part of the body, and then allow that weight to rest. Notice your lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Just bring attention to it. Try to keep your spine long, keep your spine erect, but don't put tension, don't put extra tension. There is tension there in order to keep the spine long. And keep the spine long, but don't use too much tension. In that length of the spine, relax the spine. Notice your abdominals. Soften your tummy, but keep the spine long. So a little bit of tension there is there to help the spine to stay long. But very gentle. It could even be almost imperceptible, the tension that is needed to keep the spine long. Soften your chest. Notice your arms. Notice your hands. Notice your fingers and feel the weight of your arms. And just let it go. Notice your neck. Notice your face. Soften your lips. Your lips are barely touching each other. The teeth are not touching each other. Soften your tongue. Maybe the tip of your tongue is touching the upper palatal. Soften your eyes. The eyes are closed now. But they are closed very softly. Soften your forehead. Feel the sensation that the whole face, the whole skin in your face is like melting. Feel the whole weight of your head resting on your spine, on your neck, and the neck is long, but relaxed. And the head is just sitting on your neck. just have a very gentle sensation of the whole body. Relaxed, but very alive, very alert. Now start to notice your breathing. Just to start with, don't change the breath. Just simply start to notice. Maybe the need to have a deeper inhalation appears. And that's good. Let it be. But then just simply start to come into the breathing. Let the air come in and the air go out. There will be many thoughts in your head. The thought will keep coming about things that happened before, things that need to do in the future, things that you didn't do, things about people, about events, about circumstances, about difficulties. Thought will keep coming, but bring the attention back into the breathing. When you get lost in your thought, you don't know that you're lost in a thought. But the moment you realize, either because I say something or just simply because you notice, oh, I was lost in a thought, don't worry about it. Just simply bring the attention back into the breathing. Remember, it's not important to be a good meditator, or our idea that we have of what a good meditator should be. What is important is simply to return to the breathing. As soon as you notice that you are lost in a thought, come back into the breathing. And I promise you, it is this returning to the breathing, this very little exercise, which is what is rewiring the mind. So simply, forget about the thought, forget about if you're a good meditator, if you're not a good meditator, if you should be doing things differently. Forget about that completely. Instead, because anyway, any of those things are nothing but more thoughts. I am a good meditator is a thought. I am a bad meditator is another thought. I'm doing well now. That's a thought. I cannot do this. That's another thought. Let the thoughts go. How? By coming back into the breathing. That's all. That's all. Now keep the attention on the breathing. And I would like for a few moments just to do a few very simple, very gentle breathing exercises to help us focus more clearly on the breathing. Just as you hear my voice, just simply for now, follow your breathing. That's all. Now, first I will explain you the exercise, and then we will do it together. This first exercise, we are going to count our breath like a square. So we will count 5 times. We will count to 5 for an inhalation. Then we will count to 5 for a retention. Then we will count to 5 for an exhalation. And then we will count to 5 again for a retention. So again, we count to 5 inhalation, 5 retention, 5 exhalation, and 5 retention with no air. We will do it together. So first, very gently, exhale all the air you have in your lungs. Gently. And then count to 5 inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain the air to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale all the air to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And retain for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just breathe normally. If you need to take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Keep your eyes closed. And then just breathe normally for a few seconds. Keep your eyes closed. We're going to do this a couple more times. Exhale all the air. And then we start. Inhale to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do it again. Inhale to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And retain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath if you need to. And then simply breathe normally, connecting to your breathing. Just simply follow your breath. We're going to do another exercise. We are also going to count. And please, the counting is very important. I want you to keep counting. First, I'm going to explain you, and then we're going to do it together. At the beginning of each of the exercise, we're going to exhale all the air. Don't do it now. Just for now, just simply hear my voice and follow your breathing. Without changing your breath, just simply follow the breathing as you hear my voice. So at the beginning of each exercise, we're going to exhale all the air. So we start always like with an empty lungs. And then we are going to inhale, counting to 5. Then we are going to retain, counting to 6. Then we're going to exhale, always through the nose, counting to 8. And then we are going to retain with the empty lungs, counting to 5. So we inhale in 6, we retain in 5, we exhale in 8, and we retain in 5. So it's 5, 6, 8, 5. I will do the first one counting myself, and then I will ask you to do it on your own, counting on your own, in your head. You can change the numbers. If you feel that this is too long, then you can do less. If you feel it's too short, you can do more. But try to keep more or less. So the way I did it is 5, 6, 5, 8. Sorry, 5, 6, 8, 5. So we start together. Please exhale all the air out. Gently through your nose. Don't push the air out, just gently exhale. And then we start together. We inhale to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We retain to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We exhale through the nose gently to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we retain to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to, take a deep inhalation and just breathe normally for a few seconds. Now, I would like you to do it on your own. What I did was 5, 6, 8, 5. But as I said, you can change the numbers. But everything very gently. Don't force everything very gently. And please start with your deep exhalation and then do it. Do it twice. And then when you finish, just simply follow your breath. Do it on your own. And just simply follow your breath. Simply follow your breath. And now what is important is don't change your breathing. Just let it happen as it happens. If a thought comes, don't worry for the thought. The moment you realize, just return to the breathing. That returning to the breathing without complaining about the thought, without having another thought on top of that thought, that simply returning to the breathing, that is the essence of this meditation. If you get bored, return to the breathing. There is nothing wrong with getting bored. What is wrong could be that you get lost in the sense of boredom. Instead, return to the breathing. This returning is the essence of this meditation, not what happens to you. Doesn't matter if you feel bored, if you feel at peace, if you feel exalted, if you feel anxious. It doesn't matter, really. All it matters is that you return to the breathing, to a very gentle, loving breath. everything that happens has a reason for it. We may understand the reason, or most probably, we will never understand the reason for it. But wherever that happens, at a very small scale, or at a very large scale, whatever happens, it has a reason. And to say a reason is not really correct, because that reason has another reason, and that reason has another reason, and that reason has another reason. So everything that happens, a better way to say it is, it has an infinite number of reasons. And so, whatever happens now, whatever appears now in your mind, it has a reason. So don't get lost on it. Let it be, and simply return to the breathing. There is nothing to change. There is really nothing to do other than simply returning to the breath. There is no place to go. There is nothing to achieve. Simply return to this experience of breathing. Just very gently and very slowly, allow more air to come into your body. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Just simply allow more oxygen to come into your body. We're going to end the meditation. Keep your eyes closed with this beautiful exercise that comes from the Buddhist tradition. I would like you to think of a person that you love very much. Just choose one person that you love very much. And I want you to feel that person with your love. Now, I would like you to think of a person that you know, somebody that you know, but is you neither love or you neither dislike, just somebody that we can say is kind of indifferent to you. Maybe somebody you saw on the street, or somebody that taxi driver that you met once, or somebody that neither you like or dislike, and I want you to feel that person with your love. Now, I would like you to think of a person that you have difficulties with, somebody that maybe you had a big fight with, or somebody that you, for some reason, you completely dislike, you have trouble with. Think of that one person without going too much into details. Just think too much on that person. Just think of that person and feel that person with your love. Now I want you to bring into your head, into your imagination, into yourself, the whole world, with the plants and the animals and everything on it, with the buildings, with the big cities, with the jungles, with the forest. I want you to have a picture in your mind of the whole world, of everything in it. And I want you to feel that picture, that image that you have with all your love. Now I want you to bring to your mind a picture of yourself, whatever you consider yourself in this moment. Just notice yourself, feel yourself. And I want you to feel that self with all your love. And now I want you to think of that person that you love, the one that you saw before. And I want you to think of that person that to you is indifferent. And I want you to think of that person that you don't like. And I want you to think of the whole world. Put them all together. And bring into your mind the image of the whole universe, everything that you know. Everything that you know that exists. And I want you to include in that picture everything that may exist, even if you don't know that it exists. There can be billions of things that exist and we don't know that they exist. I want you to include that in that picture. I want you to include everything that ever happens in the past, in your past and in everybody's past. I want you to include this moment, and I want you to include everything that may ever happen in the future to you and to everybody else. Make a huge, infinite picture in your mind of everything that is, everything that was, everything that will be, and everything that we don't know that could be. And I want you to feel that picture with love. And again, bring your attention back into your breathing. Allow more air to come in, more air to go out. And very gently start to move your toes, start to move your fingers, start to move your wrists, start to move your arms. Start to stretch your arms, start to stretch your body. Move your body, stretch. And slowly open your eyes. And thank you very much. Please bring this connection to your breathing into your everyday life. Every moment, stop for a second or two, 5, just take a few breathings. Connect to the breath. And then keep going. Do this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times a day. Even for 5 seconds. Stop. Take one deep breath. Or take a few short breaths, just connected to the breath. In your everyday life. When you're brushing your teeth, stop for a moment. Take a breath and then keep brushing. Notice if you're washing your dishes, whatever you're doing, especially start with simple things like that, brushing your teeth, wash your dishes, but then start doing it with anything. Stop for a moment. Notice your breath. I will send the schedule very soon for the other, for the next week activities. We will not do so many like this week, but we will still do some yoga classes. I will try to put one in the morning and one in the evening, also meditations. And I will try to have one event to talk. In a sense, talking mean to ask questions, and hopefully I can answer some of them. And please, if you have suggestions, write them in the comment, but not only in this comment, there is also the comment of the page, because this one is sometimes more difficult to find. And I wish you a very good Friday, and keep connected, keep present. Thank you very much. I feel very grateful to be able to be here with you. Thank you. Just take a couple of breaths.